Before we get into this video, just a kind reminder, we are very close to 75,000 subscribers, so if you are new to the channel, please do hit that subscribe button. It really does help out quite a bit. Anyway, welcome to my top 10 team of the season midfielders, attacking midfielders. If you want to improve your ultimate team and need some coins to do so, you should check out my sponsor IG Vault. There's a link to do so in the description, and if you use the code Kieran, you'll get yourself a nice little discount off your order. Now, as you're all fully aware, I do plenty of player reviews, so I've been quite fortunate to try out literally every single, well not every, but most team of the season items. So with that in mind, we are going to continue with the ranking series today. Now we're going to focus on cams, and we're going to focus on players who actually can be a cam on full 10 chemistry. So I'm fully aware players like team of the season Nani do make for exceptional attacking midfielders, but in this video today we're only going to focus on, players who come out in that actual position. So whether they come out as a centre forward, a CDM, if they can play cam, they can be considered for this video. As per usual, I do want to invite you guys to get involved in the comments below. Let me know at least your top 5 attacking midfielders. Also let me know which position we should cover next in this series. One more thing before we get into my rankings, just do want to point out the fact that I do include value for money in how I determine these rankings. So yeah, just remember that when you see some of the selections, because the order might confuse some people if I don't say that. Anyway, in at number 10 is the Brazilian Cicinha, whose name hopefully I'm getting correct. Now he is in the Korean league, so he's not the easiest player for links obviously, but he's not difficult either with him being Brazilian, and obviously you can surround him with icons if you can afford to do so, although saying that, icons aren't particularly too expensive right now. Anyway, the focus is on the card, and it is actually a really good midfield option if you can get him in your side. He's got great pace, really nice shooting by the way, extremely good power shots on this card. The distribution on this item is also pretty good. Long passing may be a bit lacking compared to some other midfielders, but still he can certainly distribute well. Dribbling, another area where this card is strong, and on top of all of those good technical stats, he's also got some pretty nice physicals as well. Good stamina and strength mean that this guy isn't the easiest player to knock off the ball. Shame he doesn't have a little better aggression though. On top of all of this as well, by the way, he's got a 5-star weak foot, which I think is absolutely huge for any midfielder, any attacker in this game. So yeah, very nice item, and it's obviously a cheap card as well, so it's one that you can try out if you wish to do so. Just ahead of him at number 9 is going to be team of the season Mason Mount, who is a card that I actually really enjoyed this year, and I think I said it when I was doing the player review. Like, when I first picked the card up, I thought it's going to be a decent card, I don't think it'll blow me away too much, but I was very wrong. In game, I thought this card was excellent. I do wish it had a better weak foot and better skill moves, but aside from that, I think the card's excellent. It's one of them that just seems like, a pretty hard-working player in game. He's got the pace. I think his shooting ability is class. He's literally, I think his finishing is as good as some team of the season strikers, and the stats do actually back that up. And you'll notice a pattern in my rankings as well, and I say it every single time that I do a attacking midfielder player review. I love goal scoring cams. The way I play FIFA is my cam is literally my second striker, and Mason Mount fit that role really nicely with his goal scoring ability. On top of that, he's also got really good crossing and short passing. His dribbling is very nice, and like I've already touched on, good physicals on this item as well. 72 strength isn't the best, but because this guy's got such high aggression, he will fight for the ball more than the average player. And on top of all that, 99 stamina means he can go for the full 90 minutes, or even go into extra time with plenty of gas in the tank. Just ahead of him in at number 8 is actually going to be Nabil Fakir, who is yeah, just look at the card. The in-game stats on this item are ridiculous, and he just makes for a really effective midfielder. Now, one of the very few things that I don't like about this card is a weird one, and I said it in the player review. It's the fact he's left-footed. I don't know why it is. There's definitely some, weak foot bias here. I just get along with right-footed players a bit more, and I can't tell you why that is. It must be just because my player focus is just more to that side of the field, but it's a thing, alright, it's a thing. But aside from that, he has got a good weak foot, so that does obviously help. But I do wish he was right-footed for whatever reason. Aside from that though, what a card. What a card. Once again, ridiculous pace. And also, ridiculous shooting on this item. It's another one that you could definitely play as a striker if you wanted to do so. He's got these ridiculous power shots, like his in-game shot power is 94, but that's the actual rating, but it feels like 99 in game. It really, really does. I love this guy's shot power. He's always had an absolutely booming shot for me. I think his passing's also really nice, and his dribbling for me was just great too. And once again, on top of all of these very, very good technical stats, he has some ridiculous physicals to back it up. And we've already commented on some good physicals with like Mount and Cecilia. Fakir's physicals are excellent. Like, excellent. Top tier. 92 strength, 90 aggression. Not an easy player to dispossess of the ball at all. And he's also a player who will regularly win the ball back for you as well, because he's got that fight for the ball. And with physical stats like that, he is going to dominate some players in midfield as well. So yeah, a really, really good card. Following on from him, we have Memphis the Pie. Now, I know some people would prefer to play this guy out as a striker. I personally prefer him as a cam, hence why he is in this video. I'll be honest, him and Fakir are pretty level on this, and you can see why just by comparing the cards. They're actually quite similar when you look like at the in-game stats. I know the overall ratings are quite different, but the in-game stats aren't too far off. The Pie's just class for me. He really, really is. And I said it all year long. I've enjoyed all of his special items this year. And I do think this Team of the Season card is really, really good. Ridiculous shot power. His finesse shots are great as well. And he's just an out-and-out goal-scoring midfielder. He really, really is. Ridiculous pace, really nice dribbles. Dribbling, sorry. And also some good passing on him. And I'll say it for, what is this, like the 5th or 4th time in a row now. On top of all the great technical stats, some very, very nice physicals. You're starting to see a pattern now, aren't you? You're starting to see a very, very common pattern. But yeah, I just like the Pie because he's a bit of a handful. And now this next one, I might not think is the best cam. However, in this video, he might well be the best valued one, because Pozuelo, I believe it's pronounced, is ridiculous. And if you haven't used him yet, highly recommend trying him out, because he just makes for an excellent attacking midfield option. Fair enough, he's not as quick as maybe some of the other options, but obviously you can go with a Hunter Chem style on him to boost that if you wish to do that. And to be fair, that is without doubt, you know, one of the easy Chem style choices, because his dribbling does not need touching. His dribbling is exceptional. His physicals are decent, and his passing is also pretty damn nice. So to boost the shooting and pace with the Hunter Chem style, it just makes for a ridiculously high level item. And this card is great. It really, really is. And as I say, for 50k, honestly, you cannot go wrong. If you can fit this guy in your team, I promise you, he will do a terrific job for you. And 5-star weak foot cam as well. Love to see that. We really, really do. 4-star skills. Awesome card. And like I've said 3 times now, if you can fit him in, please give him a go. You will not be disappointed with this item at all. Following on from him, we have the Portuguese attacker Pedro Goncalves, who I just think is an elite item, and it's another one that I think is pretty well priced as well. And it's one where I'll say it, if you can fit him in, give him a go. He will not disappoint you. In like an attacking midfielder sense, I would probably say Pozuelo and Pedro are very, very similar, but the reason I'm putting the Portuguese forward ahead of him is just because he offers a little bit more in terms of utility. Now, like I've said, this video is just solely focused on how they play it as a cam, but I had to put Pedro ahead just because I feel like he offers just a little bit more, and it's more down to the fact that he's just, you know, a bit more well-rounded. He can play in a bunch of other roles, but as I say, in the cam role, they're both very similar. Anyway, Pedro, what is there to like about him? A lot, to be honest. He's got ridiculous goal scoring ability. I think his long shots are some of the best in the game. He feels great on the ball, and yeah, he's just a handful. A really, really tricky player, and one that, as I say, offers terrific utility value as well. KDB is the next player to discuss, and like, I don't know where to start here, because not only is this one of the best cams that you can get in the game, it's one of the best cards in general that you can get in the game. The card is that good, and to be honest, out of everyone in like this video, he's probably the best passer of the ball. Like, even better than the next 3 that we're going to see. So yeah, an excellent distributor. The incredible passing stats obviously do play a big part in that, but so does that 5-star weak foot, which this guy obviously does have. I also think his dribbling is very, very nice, even though his agility isn't the best, and I'm just a big fan of the physicals on this card too. he battles for the ball really nicely, and for someone who's not like, you know, massive in game either, he's 5'11", so he's not short, but he's also not tall. I think he has the ability to dominate in midfield, which is not something you can say about a lot of midfielders under 6 foot. So yeah, awesome card, and as I said, no one will be surprised to see this card ranked this highly. In fact, if you're going to be surprised, you might be surprised that it's not ranked even higher. In just ahead of KDB is Team of the Season Bruno Fernandez. I feel like KDB's been done a bit dirty in regards to EA giving out the stats, just because I feel like Bruno's got a much better card in terms of Ultimate Team, so that's unfortunate. Like, you wouldn't think they're the same rating if you actually compared the stats one-on-one, but whatever, it is what it is. Bruno's excellent. I've been very fortunate to have his Team of the Year card since that released, and I've really enjoyed that, and to be honest, his Team of the Season, they're literally the same. And I know there is some ratings different, but you honestly don't feel them at this kind of level. And yeah, it's an excellent card. The finesse shots on it are just disgusting. They really, really are. The pace for a midfielder is excellent. The dribbling is top draw. And yeah, he's just an absolute handful. Can go for 90 minutes. And is another player that you literally can play wherever the hell you want in this game. So, who's ahead of them? Who is at number 2? It's going to be Neymar, which will have some people thinking, Kieran, who have you put at number 1 if Neymar is at number 2? People in my Discord will be already aware of what's coming at number 1. But anyway, Neymar, why is he not number 1? He's not number 1 ultimately because of his cost. And like I've said, I have taken value for money into consideration. This card is ridiculous. Admittedly, I haven't played with it much, I just haven't had chance to. I can't afford him on my main account, but luckily I have been able to try him on another account. But he's 9.5 million, and although he is ridiculous, and I mean it is a very, very good card, like 9 million coins, it's just not justifiable, is it? Value for money just isn't good on that card. Is it a top elite endgame item? 1,000,000%. But them kind of coins are just crazy. They really, really are. And it's a card that's going to be unattainable for probably 99.9% of the player base. So yeah, that's unfortunate. But I hope people do get a chance to try this card out at some point, whether it's through EA granting a loan or whatever. But the dribbling is the best in the game with this card. Like, that's just an easy statement to make, and the goal scoring ability is also ridiculous as well. It's just a brilliant card, it really, really is, and yeah, I just can't rank it number 1 because of the price, and if you disagree with that, that's fair enough, but like the value for money is just a 0, like, yeah. In at number 1 then, my number 1 Team Season Cam is Team Season Hour. And I'll say this straight away, I know people are going to be like, hey Kieran, he's not better than Neymar. Okay, fair enough. But in terms of value for money and what he does compared to what he costs, like, he was ridiculous value. Unfortunately, no longer available. He was an SBC, but he was like 200k, and he's stupidly good. He really, really is. He's in my weekend league team even now, and I get the feeling he's going to stay there for quite some time. Now, long-time viewers of the channel will be well aware that I used Foot Freeze Hour for ages because I absolutely love the card. This Team of the Season version is an upgraded version of that, and for me personally, I just love it. It just fits my playstyle so well. I have fun using this card, which can't be said for some other items in the game, and it's just such an effective item in that attacking midfielder role. I think his distribution is excellent. I think his goal scoring ability is top draw, better than some team season strikers. His pace is great, and his dribbling and on the ball ability is also excellent. On top of all of this, he's fairly well rounded, so he can cover in more defensive positions if need be as well. And as I say, for me, I just think it's an excellent card. I think it was extremely well priced, and I think in terms of what you pay for what you get, this card is one of the best priced SBCs that we've had all FIFA long. And on top of all of that, and I've already said it, this card for me is fun to use, and that's why I'm very happy to put him in the number 1 spot for me personally. So guys, there you have it. That is my top 10 Team of the Season cams of FIFA 21. In the comments below, let me know your thoughts on my rankings, and also let me know yours down there below. If you could leave a like rating on the video, that'd be very much appreciated. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.